And when we're starting child's pose, we are able to find different space of calmness before the storm. So see if you are still comfortable where you are in your child's pose. And if you need to move a little bit, modify your child's pose to be as suitable as you can. Just a bit more light. And observe when you're staying in one position, some things might change. You might start feeling nigglings on the knee. We don't want any pain. Can we stay with the niggles? And put an intention for your practice today. As you inhale, lift your head, bring your fingertips onto the ground, lift your arms off the floor and stretch a little bit further on your child's pose. Maybe bringing your chest towards the floor or your chin. Good. Closer towards your knees. So we have the back at an incline. And from here, we're going to do the cat cow. So to do cat cow from your shins, you need to press your belly in, chin towards the chest, arching your back. And then open and look up. Chin to chest, arch in the back, stretch in the back of the neck, and then open and stick your bum out. One more, chin to chest. And open up. And walk your hands towards your knees. So it's always good to try different ways of doing the cat-cow. You can even do it, let's do it from here. Bring your hands onto your knees. And just arch back and open. In this way, you can incorporate these type of stretches on your day-to-day. You could be sitting on a chair and just mobilize your spine. That's it. Good. Now roll the shoulders back and roll the shoulders forwards. If sitting on your shins is not available to you, you can sit on the ground. We're going to start rotating the head. So looking side to side, looking over your shoulder. Let your nose trace a line that is parallel to the floor. Good. And now we're going to go up and down. So looking up and down. Don't let your head drop completely behind. Just a little bit. And down. Can you feel the whole of your spine moving as you do this movement? And now we're going to draw a big circle in front of us with our nose. So don't drop the head completely back. Just making a circle at the front, feeling the sides of the neck, the sides of the head. That's it, lovely. And one more, you can close your eyes to have more sensitivity on your neck, on your back. And change direction. Making a big, big circle. When your sensitivity is finer, you can feel all of the little muscles in the back moving with the head, because the head is quite heavy. Good. Now keep your head aligned with your chest, and we're going to just turn side to side. So what I just did wasn't quite what we are doing. So turn to where you can, and your gaze is looking forwards. The head stays aligned with your sternum. And change to the other side. So don't look over your shoulder. Normally we will do that. On this one, we are just turning side to side and keeping the head aligned with the middle of the chest. So this is the rotation of the thoracic spine, the middle back. Now we're going to add the head. So hand to knee, the other hand is behind you. If you need to, you can put a block behind your body to give you a bit more perched. So turn towards one side and then turn your head all the way to look over the shoulder. And notice that difference, that extra stretch that your spine can have. And bring yourselves back to center. Change sides, opposite hand to knee. And look over the shoulder. There she is. Hello, Liz. Good. Do it again. We're just doing some twists on our shins. Liz, she's warming up the back. Opposite hand to knee. Turn first the chest and then let the head go all over, looking over your shoulder. And back to center, change sides. Inhale, expand. Exhale, rotate. Back to center. Lovely. Enough stretching the front of the feet. Now, tap your toes under and come into a squat. So we are with the balls of the feet on the floor. Bring the heels of your feet together, and your feet are facing to the angle. That's it. Very good. And bring your hands in front of you, letting your fingertips stretch forwards. Let your head drop down. And feel this lovely stretch on your lower back, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your neck. Breathe deeply. Inhale, walk your hands back towards you. You can have a block in front of you. We're going to bring the right leg back out, keeping the left foot on the ground. And feel your inner thigh. So this is Skandasana. I normally call it the ninja pose. And it's a balancing pose, but for now we are just stretching the inner thigh and feeling that leg get a bit more flexible. Maybe you can walk towards your leg, toes towards the ceiling. And bring yourselves back to center. Change side. We have double knees. That's it. We got you. Good. So did you change sides, Maxine? The other leg out?
Trying.
Yeah? Okay. And release. Now, come onto the ground and keep your legs outstretched, wide-legged, Upta Vista. So now you can feel a different stretch from your inner thigh. Maybe you feel it more on your lower back. And just for a change, let's go towards the left leg. Inhale, open up, and exhale. Let your upper body go towards the leg. And if you want, you can anchor your leg towards the floor, chin towards your shin. Feel that stretch in your inner thighs. Maybe your hamstrings, maybe your calf muscle. Bring it back to center and change sides. I like holding the leg that I'm not turning towards down so that I can feel more grounded on the hips. And this helps me to stretch my lower back and the sides of the hips. So find your way. This is your yoga practice. Lovely. And bringing it back to center. Bring the right foot towards your groin. Turn towards your extended leg. And we're going to come towards the leg. But if we can, we'll bring the right hand to the outside of the left ankle. And turn a little bit further. So this is another twist. We're stretching the leg and we're twisting. And if you want to twist more, let your head look over your shoulder. The same thing as we were practicing on our shins. We realize how our neck can turn, our backs can, and you're almost trying to bring your towards your knee. And bring it back to center, change sides. So foot towards your groin, left foot towards your groin. Turn towards your extended leg. It's like if we were doing Janu head to knee pose. But this time we're trying to go a little bit further, bringing the hands onto the outside of the leg, bending both elbows, turning the head, and exhaling to have more spaciousness. Breathing deeply. Good. And inhale, bring yourselves back to center. Bring your feet together, knees apart. And shake it, shake it, shake it. Like a Polaroid picture. That's it. Lovely. And see if you can open up your feet and push your knees down. So as if you were reading a book on the soles of your feet. Reading your fortune on the soles of your feet. And maybe you can spread your toes. You're doing like a lotus mudra with your toes. Or a different flower because big toes apart. Wonderful. We're going to come into standing now. So bring both knees together, tuck your toes under, and really gently roll up into standing. Rolling your shoulders back and roll your shoulders forwards. Good. We're going to stretch the arms a little bit. Our peak pose, our top pose today is going to be reverse triangle. So for the reverse triangle, we need our legs to be stretched, our back to be able to rotate. This is what we are preparing ourselves for. So have your feet hip distance and bring your arms around and up, feeling your chest opening, arching a little bit your back. Bring your hands together and join your fingertips. Keep stretching up towards the sky and looking up towards the ceiling. Then bring your head back to center. Interlace your fingers if you like. In Shavasana mudra, your index fingers are pointing upwards. And then stretch the sides of the body. Side to side. So we are focusing on stretching the sides so that we have more suppleness on the side body. Side, that's it. One more. Side to side. Lovely. And release your hands. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them forwards. Now we're going to stretch the shoulders. Start by bringing your hands interlaced behind your buttocks. And don't stretch your arms. Keep your elbows bent as you bring your elbows towards each other. That will open your chest a little bit more. Now from there, detach your hands from your hips. And that will give you a strong stretch on the front of the shoulders and the pectorals. Breathe deeply. Now relax. Let your hands slide down towards the floor and keeping your pelvic floor in and up and having your chest open, your knees are soft. Now stretch your hands away from your hips with your elbows straight. And breathe. If you can, if this is enough, you stay there. If you can a little bit more, then you soften your hips, soften your knees, and bring your arms overhead. Stretching the back of the neck, your hips, the back of your waist. And then pull yourself up, release, shake your hands, shake your legs. Good. Shake it all about. Lovely. So now we're going to come into normal triangle. Get your block and we're going to put it in front of the foot. So in triangle, there are a few things happening. One is that we have to use the hip flexor. So show me your Elvis hips going side to side. That's it. So the right foot is pointing towards the short end of the mat, and the left foot is parallel to the short end of the other short end of the mat. And we bring the hip, the right hip in, and now bring the arms out. The legs are straight, and the arms are parallel to the floor. Look towards the middle finger on your right hand. And stretch just on the same level. Your arms stay on the same level. Stretch towards your legs. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Feel your inner thighs stretching. It's a little bit like in Skandasana. And bring yourselves back to center. Relax the arms. Shake your hips a little bit. So we don't want to get stiff. Sometimes in yoga it is instructed to do the triangle as if you were between two panes of glass. I don't recommend that. If your hip needs to move, we all have different anatomies. So if you see from this position, when I'm tilting, my hip is rotating a little bit, and that's fine. It's normal. Our femur bone comes into the hip at the front, not on the side. So we need a little bit of movement. All right, let's try it again. So the block is on its higher setting in front of the foot. Feel your feet as if they were pulling away from each other. Arms parallel to the floor. Contract your pelvic floor and your lower abdomen. Look towards your middle finger on your right hand. Tilt and reach, 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 reach. And then look towards the block and bring your hand onto the block. Maybe your fingertips, don't let all of your weight be on the block. Your front leg still needs to be active. Open your palms so that your hand is facing forwards. And look to horizon. You don't need, this is the traditional triangle position from Iyengar. But we don't have to. We can look to horizon or we can look down. Now, if you feel comfortable there, see what happens if you can turn the block one step lower. Keep your feet firmly on the floor. Keep the amount of weight on both legs. Breath. I know it's hard to hold. See if you can go a little bit lower. Opening your chest. We are rotating. There's a slight rotation that your head is able to move, that you're not stuck. Now, push onto the front foot. Engage your abdomen as you come up into standing. And release. Shake your legs. Have a little wiggle all around. And we're going to try the other side. So this is normal triangle. We're going to do, after that, we're going to do reverse triangle. reverse or rotated or twisted. Same thing on this side. Have your block ready in front of your foot. The legs are about 2.5, 3 times your hip distance. Should be a comfortable distance. If my legs are too wide, my movement of the hip becomes difficult. I couldn't even bend my front knee. So check that your legs are in a position where you are able to have your elbows, hips. That's it. So the front foot is pointing towards the short end of the mat. The back foot is parallel to the short end of the mat. Bring your arms parallel to the floor. Energetically lift from your pelvic floor, your lower abdomen. So you're not just releasing your legs, you're engaging everything. Tilt that hip. You have more space to move towards the front foot. Keep the feet firmly on the floor and reach. You can finger on your left hand. Arms are parallel to the floor. Very good, everybody. Yes, that's it. And bring it back. Release their arms. Shake. Keep the legs as they are. Let's try it. This time we're going to go onto the block. So check that the block is still in position. Inhale, arms parallel to the floor. Lift from your core. Look towards your middle finger. Tilt your hip. And let that side of the body stretch as you reach to your maximum point. Now you will feel your inner thigh as well. Perhaps if you're very flexible, you might not. And bring the head onto the block. Fingertips in there. We are not landing in it. We're just like a little butterfly floating over it. The right palm is facing forwards. The arm open. Your gaze can be to horizon, to the floor, or if you want to, you can look towards the sky. Choose which for you today. Now see if you can turn to come a little bit lower. And notice what's happening. Some little stars on there. And this is because there is some contraction on the neck. So don't force it, don't go too far. Both knees straight. See if you can go one step lower. That's it, yes, good. Open the chest. So if you find down, don't go so low, stay higher. Keep pushing the feet onto the floor, both feet equal standing. And pushing up, release the arms, shoulders, shake your legs, have a little wiggle. Good. So now watch for a moment. I'm going to demonstrate reverse triangle and then we'll do it together. Reverse triangle is difficult because you have to balance and you have to stretch and it's a twist as well. So in reverse triangle, the legs are on the same position as in normal triangle, but the block will be on the other side of the foot, on the outer edge of the foot. The chest rotates completely before we even start going around. The front hip still needs to tilt backwards to give us that space. If I rotate like this and try to reach down, I wouldn't be able to do it because this part of the body will stop me. So we have to tilt the hip. Show from this perspective. So in normal triangle, we go sideways. And in reverse triangle or twisted triangle, we turn towards the front leg. Then we continue turning. This is key to have your feet firmly on the floor so that you don't stumble. The right hand is turning around so that we can open up. And then we come back and release. Shall we try it? Let's do it. So if you find that the block is too low for you, you could use the chair. You bring the foot underneath the chair and turn. The essential thing is to have that rotation of the head and a nice stretch on your legs. So the right foot is perpendicular to the short end of the mat, left foot parallel. Block behind your front foot, the right foot. Arms parallel to the floor, feel both feet standing equally. Tilt in with your right hip and turn your chest all the way towards the right. You will feel it already a little bit on your hip flexor and the left hip. Keep rotating a little bit more. Keep your feet firmly on the floor. And then with your right hip tilting in, bring your hand to the top of the block and turn to look behind. From the body, the arm is opening. Both legs are straight. And inhale, bring it all the way up. Release the arms, release the legs, and shake. So make sure that you're not going sideways. Your chest is turning towards your front leg. And then you continue and you twist. Let's try it on the other side. First time I did this pose was here in the UK, and it was a new class, and I didn't know anyone. And when they did this pose, I cried because I could not do it. So be patient, and get your body accustomed to that. It might not happen the first time round. Block behind your foot. Hip is able to move. Arms parallel to the floor. Lift energetically. And now turn your chest towards your front foot. So your chest is facing your left foot. Your hips are rotating. Your left hip is going inwards. And then keep turning. The back glute, the right glute is really engaged to give you more stability. Bring the hand onto the block. If this is too much, you can have the block on the inside of the foot. And turn towards the back. Opening your chest. Keep your arm up. Feel your hips. Feel your hamstring on the left leg. Both feet, both legs are straight. One more breath. And bring it back up. Release the arms. Release the legs. Shake. Oh, so much tension. Good. Time for Shavasana. So bring yourselves onto the floor. Well-deserved Shavasana. We're going to do a little breathing exercise and then just go into Shavasana. So lie down. Have your feet flat on the floor and place one hand onto your belly, the other hand onto your chest. And breathe. Just feel the ebb and flow of the breath. Soothe yourself. As if you were with yourself as a child. Going reversed triangle. Calm in the breath. Good. And then release your hands by the sides of your body, and we're going to do an alternate nostril breathing without using the hands. So no hands required. If your legs are okay as they are, with your feet flat on the floor and your knees bent, you can stay there. If you want to extend your legs along the floor, you can do that. So this exercise, this pranayama, requires attention and intention. You will be breathing through both nostrils as normal, but your attention and intention would guide the prana from one nostril to the other. So get your sensitivity switched on and feel your breath on your left nostril. Just for a moment, feel the air coming in and out of your left nostril. And then let the air come in all the way up towards your third eye on your left nostril. Exhale out into your right nostril. Inhale in through the right nostril. Exhale out through your left. Inhale in left. Exhale out right. Inhale in right. Exhale out left. We're going to take 1 minute of this breath. Inhaling through one nostril, exhaling through the other one. Inhale through the second one, exhale through the first. Just feel that ebb and flow of breath coming through one nostril. Maybe you pause in between and then out through the other nostril. Keep the attention on the breath. If your mind wanders, just bring it back. And let go of the controlled breath. Find your Shavasana. You can extend the legs along the floor. Have your palms facing upwards. Make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. If there is any tension in the neck, you can roll your head. And bring that refined attention. When we do pranayama, we're training the mind. And we get our sensitivity a lot more inspired, a lot more acute. So bring your attention to your toes and feel the tips of your toes, relaxing your toes. Relax the soles of the feet and the tops of the feet. Relax your ankles, calf muscles and shins. Relax the front of the knees and the backs of the knees. Thighs and hamstrings are relaxed. Relax your belly and your chest and the heart inside your chest. Relaxing your collarbones and your shoulders. All of your arms, elbows, forearms, wrists and hands are relaxed. Relax the back of the neck and the front of the neck. Your scalp and your forehead are relaxed. Relax your jaw, upper lip, lower lip, tip of your nose. Inside your mouth. A couple of minutes of Shavasana, resting and digesting. I'm going to put a little bit of music and mantra for you to trust in the wisdom.
Durga, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Hey Ma Durga, Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Ma. Hey Ma Durga, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma. Hey Ma Durga, Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Jai Ma.
And really gently start wiggling your toes and your fingers. Roll your head side to side. And have a nice stretch. Stretching your arms, stretching your legs. That mantra is about the mother. And we need to be our mothers. Whatever we would have wished our mother was, we can be for ourselves. Bring your knees towards your chest, hug your knees, rock side to side, releasing any tension on your lower back. And when you're ready, either rock yourselves up into sitting or bring both knees to one side and come into sitting. Just keep your eyes closed. It doesn't matter where you landed. Find your own center. Find your own spine. And we're going to finish chanting Om 3 times, followed by Shanti, 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 Om, peace, peace, peace. Make sure that your chin is slightly tucked in towards your chest and your spine is long. Inhale to begin, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Bringing your palms together, rub your palms. Make the movement a little faster, generating prana between your hands. And place your palms over your face. Inhale deeply. Open your eyes to the darkness of your hands. Slide your hands to your chest. Bow your heads. Namaste. Give yourselves a little clap. Well done. I hope you like your reverse triangle.
Yes.
Well done, everybody. If you have questions, please do reach out.